Let us pray.
Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
Before we begin, please pick up the trash under your chairs and arrange your seat properly. Let's proceed with the checking of your attendance. Okay, class, who are absent today? That's great. How are you today? That's great. Today, we move on to another topic that also involves how people learn new behavior, attitudes, and emotional reaction by observing and imitating others in their social environment rather than through direct experience alone. Albert Bandura's Social Learning Theory. Before we start our discussion, let's watch a short video clip that shows a real-life example of Albert Bandura's social learning of theory. Pay your attention to how the experiment affects the child's behavior.
The model pummeled the doll with a mallet, flung it in the air, kicked it repeatedly, threw it down and beat it. It was once widely believed that seeing others vent aggression would drain the viewer's aggressive drive. As you can see, exposure to aggressive modeling is hardly cathartic.
Now, class, let's talk about what you see. Number 1. What do you not notice in the video that you watch? What did the children see the adult doing? What did the children do when left alone with the doll? How can this example help us understand the changes of our behavior? Great answer! From the video, we see that Banduras affect the behavior of a child by observing or imitating the action of an adult or the elderly person. Over time, they think that the action is right, so they imitate their doings even it is not appropriate for their ages. Okay, class, let us play a game called Imitating Challenge, Bobo Doll in Action. You'll be divided in 3 groups and each group will show how the given scenario affect the child behavior. Be ready to explain your reasoning. Okay, for the mechanics, Group 1, act out a scenario where you came from a broken family and your father hitting your mother, how it affect you. Group 2, slogan. Create a slogan that show Bandura's theories and make an awareness how your behavior can affect the things around you. For the Group 3, you are assigned to do mini skit or storytelling. Create a short story or skit showing your future if you imitate the bad action of a person or an adult. So, here are the following rubrics that guide us to have a better group presentation. So I will give you enough time to prepare your group presentation. This is 10 minutes. let's start with Group 1. Show us your role play. Thank you, Group 1. Next is Group 2. Show us your slogan. Thank you, Group 2. And the last one, Group 3. Now, show us your mini skit or your storytelling. Okay, that's great. So, thank you everyone for participating in our activity. I hope you enjoy the short activity that we made. Okay, but before, let us have our learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, the student should be able to understand the key concept of Bandura's social learning theory. Number 2, analyze the Bobodal experiment and its implication on human behavior. Number 3, identify the 4 phases of observational learning: attention, retention, motor reproduction, and motivation. So, Number 4, apply the concept of social modeling to real-life situation. Now that we've seen how the Bobodal experiment affects the behavior of a children, let's discuss the theory behind it.
Good day, everyone. Today, let's tackle about social learning theory. To begin with, social learning theory explains that people learn not only by direct experience, but also by observing others. In other words, hindi lang tayo natututo because of rewards or punishment. We can learn also by watching and imitating others. According to this theory, learning happens within a social context. This means that our environment, family, friends, teachers, classmates, and even social media influences how we think and behave. Moreover, Bandura emphasized that learning involves mental processes. So, hindi lang behavior ang important, but also of how we think, how we analyze, and how we decide. In addition, he introduced the idea of reciprocal determinism. This means behavior, personal factors like thoughts and feelings, and the environment all influence each other. It's like a cycle. They continuously interact. For example, if you see your classmates being praised by your teacher, you may also want to participate. Now, let's talk about Albert Bandura. Now that we understand the theory, let us talk about the persons behind it. Albert Bandura. Albert Bandura was a Canadian-American psychologist who developed the social learning theory. He became famous and this are widely known because of his Bobodal experiment. In these experiments, children watch adults behave aggressively. So, afterwards, the children imitated the same aggressive behavior. Because of this study, Bandura concluded that people can learn simply by observing. Reinforcement is not always needed for learning to occur, but positive and negative behavior can be copied. Therefore, it stated that most human behavior is learned observationally through modeling. Simply put, we learn by watching and copying others. Now let's move on to the basic concepts of social learning theory. First, observational learning. First of all, observational learning means learning by watching others. However, this does not happen automatically. According to Bandura, 4 processes must occur. First, attention. You must focus on the behavior. Kailangan you listen attentively. Next, retention. You must remember what you saw or naaalala mo yung mga ay steps or kung ano yung ginawa. Next is reproduction. You must be able to perform it. Kaya mong gawin or you can also do it. And last is motivation. You must want to do it or you have reason to do it. For instance, if one of these is missing, learning may not fully happen. For instance, if you watch your teacher solve a math problem but you were distracted, learning may not occur. For next, number 2, modeling. Modeling refers to the process of imitating a behavior demonstrated by a model or a person. Interestingly, people are more likely to imitate someone who is successful, attractive, powerful, similar to them. For example, teenagers often copy influencers or celebrities. Why? Because they admire them. Third is vicarious reinforcement. Another important concept is vicarious reinforcement. This means we learn by seeing others being rewarded or punished. For example, if a student gets praised for passing assignments on time, other students may also start submitting on time. Hindi man sila ang na-reward but they are influenced by what they saw. So, types of observational learning models. Furthermore, Bandura identified 3 types of models. 1. Live model. This involves a real person demonstrating how to conduct an experiment. Second, verbal instructional model. This happens when someone explains how to perform a behavior. For example, a coach giving a step-by-step instruction or a teacher. Third is symbolic model. This involves character seen in media in such a your television, movies, books, or in social media. Nowadays, this is very common. For instance, children copying trends from TikTok. Intrinsic reinforcement refers to internal rewards, meaning the motivation comes from within. Hindi ito like money, grades, or prizes. Instead, it includes pride, satisfaction, feeling of achievement, self-confidence. For example, you study hard not because of reward but because you feel proud when you understand the lesson. As a result, intrinsic reinforcement builds long-term motivation. Mas tumatagal ang drive mo kapag galing ito sa sarili mo. So to summarize, social learning theory teaches us that people learn through observation. Learning happens in a social environment. Thinking processes are important. We imitate behaviors from models. Internal motivations plays a powerful role. So, as a result or overall, we are constantly learning from the people and the environment around us, whether we realize it or not. Thank you.
So the next is the modeling process. So it's a type of learning where individuals acquire new behavior, attitude, or skills by observing and imitating others. So this process is centered to how people learn from their social environment, and it was extensively studied by psychologist Albert Bandura. And they have 4 steps involving in the observational learning and modeling process, which are attention, retention, production, and motivation. So, ang first is the attention. So, dito, focusing on the model and their action. So, example, yung teacher mo is nagtuturo sa unahan. So, nakapokus ka sa kanya sapagkat maganda yung pagpe-present niya. So, nabibigyan ka ng interest, kumbaga. And, maganda yung bawat explanation niya. And, may mga picture niya, nakaka-engage. So, parang nagkakaroon ka ng interest or yung attention mo is nakatutok lang sa kanya. And the next is the retention. Pag sinabi kasing retention, nandito na yung you are able to retain the information na nakita mo. Yung nakita mo sa iba, i-retain mo. So, you're able to remember. And example dito is sa pagsasolve ng problem. So, i-retain mo kung ano yung bawat steps or paano i-solve yon, kung ganun-ganun. Or paano mo sisimulan kung saan ka mag-uumpisa. So, we need to recall or aalalahanin natin. And the next is the reproduction. So, dito naman is trying to do a task or behavior oneself. So, example, when given a practice problem, so the student tries to follow the step, they get stuck at first when choosing the operation. But sa huli, tuloy lang siya sa pagtatry and nagre-recalling siya kung paano ginawa ng teacher niya, kung paano mag-solve, kumbaga, kung iniisa-isa niya kung paano gawin yon ng kung paano mag-solve ng problem na tinuro sa kanya nung teacher niya. And the last is the motivation. So, dito naman is having a reason to apply what was learned. So, dito, example dito is yung student is mababa yung nakuha niyang score sa math. So, ang gagawin niya is para ma-motivate siya is mag-aaral siya ng mag-aaral upang makakuha siya ng high score or parang makasabay siya sa mga kaklase niya na magagaling sa math. So, ang ginagawa niya is practice lang siya ng practice sa pag-solve or pagsagot sa recitation. So, doon namomotivate siya na mag-aral or magporsige para lalong tumaas yung marka niya. And the next is the principle of social learning theory. So, nakalagay dito is people can learn by observing the behavior of others and the outcomes of those behavior. Learning can occur without a change in behavior. Cognition plays a role in learning. Ibig sabihin, hindi lang tayo natututo kapag tayo mismo ang nag-experience o tinuturuan ng diretso. So, we also learn by watching other people. At titingnan natin kung ano yung nangyayari pagkatapos nilang gawin yan. Like example is, yung bata, nakita niya yung kapatid niya na naglilinis ng kwarto. So, yung ate niya is pinupuri ng kanyang parents. So, automatically, ang naiisip niya na kung gagawin niya rin yun is baka mapuri rin siya. So, dito, napag-aaralan niya yung behavior, yung ayusin ng kwarto. So, kaya, natututo siya na gawin din yun. Sa learning can occur without a change naman in behavior. So, minsan, akala kasi natin, kung hindi tayo nagbabago ng kilos, ibig sabihin, hindi pa tayo natututo. Pero hindi po yung totoo. So, pwede nating ma-understand o matutunan ang isang bagay na kahit hindi pa natin nagagawa o ipinapakita sa kung paano tayo kumilos. So, halimbawa, isang estudyante sa science class, napanood niya kung paano gumawa ng experiments yung teacher niya. So, naiintindihan niya yung step, pero hindi pa siya nakakapag-try gumawa ng sarili niya. Pero alam niya na kung paano gawin. So, natututo na siya kahit walang pagbabago sa kanyang kilos. And the next is the cognition plays a role in learning. So, dito naman, hindi lang tayo basta-basta sinusunod yung mga nakikita natin or our thinking process matters. So, iniisip din natin na yung mga dahilan kung ano yung mangyayari at kung tama ba o hindi bago natin gawin yung isang bagay. Kung example is, example dito is hindi siya sumama sa mga kaibigan niya na mag-cutting classes dahil iniisip niya yung magiging kahihinatnan or kakalabasan nung pag ginawa niya yung bagay na yan. And the next is the cognitive factors and social learning. So, dito, una is learning without performance. So, dito parang we can learn something even if we don't show it through our actions muna. So, halimbawa, napanood mo yung teacher mo kung paano mag-solve ng math problems, naiintindihan mo na yung step, pero hindi pa naman ikaw yung nagsasolve. So, natututo ka na kahit hindi mo pa na-perform yung gawain. And the next is the cognitive processing during learning. Next is the cognitive processing during learning. So, ibig sabihin, habang tayo ay natututo, hindi lang tayo basta-basta tumatanggap ng information. We actually think about it, process it in our mind. So, parang kapag nanonood tayo ng cooking tutorial, so hindi lang tayo tingin ng tingin. So iniisip din natin kung bakit ganun yung pagkasunod-sunod ng mga hakbang. Ano yung dapat nating tandaan or paano natin gagawin yung pag tayo na lang. So the next is the expectation. So dito, ito yung what we think will happen kung gagawin natin yung isang bagay na nakita natin ginawa ng iba. So halimbawa, nakita mong pinuri yung kaklase mo dahil gumawa siya ng maayos na project. So, inaasahan mong mapupuri ka rin kung gagawin mo rin ng maayos yung iyong proyekto. So, dito, mag-e-expect ka ng bagay na mapupuri ka or mapopromote ka sa ginagawa mo. And the next is the reciprocal causation. So dito, ito yung idea na hindi lang tayo naapektuhan ng kapaligiran o ng ibang tao, tayo rin naman ay nakakaapekto sa kanila at sa kapaligiran natin. Parang example, sa isang group project, kung ikaw ay masipag at gumagawa ng maayos, maaari mong maimpluwensyahan yung mga kagroup mo na maging ganun din or magsipag or maging dedicated sa kanilang ginagawa upang mas maganda or magkaroon ng mas maayos na proyekto yung inyong ginagawa. And the next is the modeling. So dito pumapasok yung pwede siya maging guro, kaibigan, mga parents. So dito, pag nakita natin na mas nagiging professional or sobra niyang professional tingnan or napakamodelo niya sa lahat. So dito, pumapasok sa isip natin na gagayahin natin sila kasi sila yung parang idolo natin, kumbaga. And sa atin din mga magulang, kung paano sila maging modelo sa atin, kung paano sila magkaroon ng magandang reputation sa mga tao. So ito, yung nagiging daan natin upang atin silang tularan or maging kagaya natin sila.
There are three core concepts of the social learning theory. The first one is, people can learn through observation. Dito, hindi mo kailangan ma-experience lahat firsthand. You just observe muna. For example, if a student sees her classmate getting praise for submitting a pretty project, she'll be like, ay okay, ganun pala dapat. I'll also make mine pretty. Kaya learning happened through observation. And the next one is, internal mental state is essential in the learning process. Hindi lang behavior ang importante. Yung thoughts, beliefs, confidence ay napaka-importante din. If a student thinks kaya niya yon, mas mataas yung chance na gagawin niya yung task. But if iniisip niya hindi niya kaya, even before trying, parang nag-give up na siya. And the last one is, learning does not necessarily lead to change in behavior. Minsan, alam mo na yung tama pero hindi mo ginagawa. For example, student knows cheating is wrong, but kapag pressured siya, baka gawin pa rin. So, learning does not always lead to automatic behavior change. And what do teachers do under this theory? To promote effective modeling, a teacher must take sure that the four essential conditions exist: attention, retention, motor reproduction, and motivation. Attention. Students must focus. Teachers should make lessons engaging. Visuals, stories, and yung energy ng pagtuturo niya. Sa retention, students must remember. Use repetition, summaries, notes, or graphic organizers. Motor reproduction, students must practice. For example, after demonstrating something, let them try or experience it. And sa motivation, students must want to do it. Give praise, rewards, and recognition. Teachers must model appropriate behaviors and take care that they do not model inappropriate behaviors. If teacher is respectful, calm, organized, students copy that. But if teacher shouts or is always late, students will think, okay lang pala. Teachers should help students set realistic expectations for their academic accomplishments. Instead of magsabi ng top the class agad, mas better kung let's improve your quiz score from 10 to 15. And what do students do under this theory? Students often learn a great deal simply by observing other people. They copy classmates, teachers, and even influencers. Students must believe that they are capable of accomplishing school tasks. If they believe kaya nila, mas magiging motivated sila sa paggawa. And students should closely observe appropriate behaviors and learn from them. They must choose good models to copy. Applying Bandura's theory in the classroom. Carefully select audiovisuals that are to be used in the classroom. If you show a video about teamwork, make sure positive behaviors are highlighted. For example, showing a short film where students solve a problem through cooperation instead of fighting. And create a sense of collective efficacy by emphasizing teamwork. Collective efficacy, yun yung naniniwala tayo na kaya natin as a group. For example, may group research project, tapos sinabi ni teacher, I know your group can do this. You guys work well together. And so that students will start believing it too. Mas magiging motivated nga sila sa paggawa. And set goals for students to accomplish. Have them keep a record of these accomplishments. Once a month, take the record out and celebrate their hard work. Let students track their quiz scores. Every month, teacher says, look at your improvement from 70% to 85% and clap for yourselves. Incorporate technology by putting the students' challenges and accomplishments online on the class website so they can show their friends and family. Post achievements on class website or group page. For example, yung pag-post ng Student of the Month or Top 3 Most Improved Students. Parents and friends will see it. Students will feel proud and motivated, and her self-confidence will increase.
Let's check your understanding. Choose the best answer. Write your answer on a 1/4 sheet of paper. This is a summative test, Albert Bandura's social learning theory. K. For the instruction, choose the best answer for each question. Number 1. According to Bandura, what is the primary mechanism through which people acquire new behavior? A. Direct reinforcement through trial and error. B. Observing and imitating the action of others. C. Biological predisposition and innate instinction. D. Unconscious desires and childhood memories. Number 2. Which of the following correctly lists the 4 mediational process required for observational learning to occur? A. Perception, memory, action, reward. B. Stimulation, cognition, response, reinforcement. C. Attention, retention, reproduction, motivation. D. Encoding, storage, retrieval, application. Number 3. In the Bobadal experiment, what was the significant finding regarding children's behaviors? A. Children only imitated behavior if they were given a candy reward immediately. B. Children who observe an adult acting aggressively towards the doll were more likely to display similar aggressive acts. C. B. Children who observe an adult acting aggressively towards the doll were more likely to display similar aggressive acts. C. Children ignore the adult model and play with the toys in their own unique way. D. Only boys imitated the aggressive behavior while girls. Number 4. What does the term vicarious reinforcement refer to an social learning theory? A. Being rewarded directly for performing a task correctly. B. Learning to avoid a behavior by being punished personally. C. A decrease in motivation due to a lack of interest. D. An increase in the likelihood of a behavior because the observer saw someone else being rewarded for it. Number 5. Bandura's concept of reciprocal determinism suggests that behavior is influenced by the mutual interaction of which this factor. A. Past, present, and future. B. The person, their environment, and the behavior itself. C. Parents, teachers, and peers. Or D. Heredity, diet, and exercise. Okay. Who got a perfect score? Who got 4? 3, 2, 1. So, thank you everyone, and I hope you learned something from our discussion.